So about 3 feet away from where I dug that flat button, got another nice signal. And I thought it was might be another flat button, but I think that's gonna be a coin right there. All right, so today we're gonna do a little metal detecting. It's a little windy. Hopefully it's not too bad for the audio. But we're at a Civil War camp that we've hunted a lot in the past. Other people have as well. But there's probably still some more stuff out here. And what I've decided to do is I've decided to use the Garrett Axiom pulse induction machine out here. I've never used the pulse induction out here, and so we're going to give that a shot. And what the pulse induction means, typically it's a different style of metal detector. The one most people use, and like the AT Max, is called a VLF, which is a very low frequency, I do believe. Pulse, I'm not sure what it stands for. I guess it's the way it pulses down the signal. But these machines are typically, you can't discriminate with them quite as well as the VLF. But generally speaking, they will go deeper if the ground is mineralized. If it's not mineralized, it may not go any deeper at all. But mineralized ground, it will go deeper. This particular machine, most pulse induction machines, are actually made for gold. To look for gold out in the deserts where the ground is really bad, because gold, of course, is usually found where there's a lot of iron mineralization, because the gold and the iron kind of go together. But we're going to try it out here in the Civil War camp, because again, this ground is a little bit funky out here. It's a little bit mineralized. So I'm hoping we can at least find a few things today. If we can find 3 things, I'm going to consider it a successful day. Now, unfortunately, this has been lightly disked a while ago, so it's going to be kind of hard walking on it. We're not going to be able to get the the loop or the coil right down to the ground, but we'll do as best we can and last as long as you can, because this kind of stuff is hard on the ankles. So let's go ahead and get right to it. I'll try to let you listen to a few signals as we go along if we find anything. I guarantee we'll find a bunch of iron today, because sometimes you have to dig, well, you have to dig some of the iron with these things. So today I'm sure will be no exception. All right, so let's go ahead and turn her on. Hopefully you can hear it. I'll let you listen to it for just a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and turn her on. Hopefully you can hear it. I'll let you listen to it for just a little bit. And we'll go ahead and ground balance. Whee! Might be a little something right there, because it's not really ground balancing. But I'll do that again later. But anyway, that's how I have it set up. What I'm going to do, we'll go along just for a minute. I'll let you hear what I'm hearing. So you always keep a threshold, a little threshold on it. That's probably a little piece of wire there. You can hear it. Piece of wire. I can usually tell a lot of the smaller signals, that especially if they're close to the surface. That could be something right there. I'll kind of go back and get my shovel. I mean, it's small, whatever it is. Probably a little piece of lead or something like that. Yeah, see, I kicked it out of the hole, so. All right, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be like a little piece of lead or something, because it's so small, like melted lead. Let's go ahead and see if we can find it. You hear the ground's mineralized. When I just turn it on, put it down to the ground, it's going to start going off. So that means it's mineralized right here. So we'll have to ground balance it. That's the way I like to do it. I just turn it off, put it on the ground, turn it on, and see it's quiet now. It's ground balanced to the ground. I thought there might be something here because it kind of went off. It's really small, so make sure it's on. Yeah, it's on. Come on, you be quiet, you. Actually interferes a little bit with the metal detector. Oh, there it is. So, it's not actually a piece of lead. It's a little piece of a 22 cartridge that's rotted away. It's mostly just the base and just a little bit of the side. Yeah, so that's a good little find at least. I mean, it's not a, it's not a relic, but I mean, it could be 100 years old, but at least there's signals out here that we can hear with the pulse induction that we probably didn't hear with the other detectors. Now, this being disked, it was only disked a couple inches deep at the most, so it's not like a lot of stuff was turned over. like you would find with plowing. They don't really plow too much anymore, but when they do, they can plow down as deep as 18 inches and bring the stuff that's down 18 inches up to the surface. Typically they plow around 14 or so. So here's a nice little find right here. It's a little eagle button. So it's pretty much right on the surface, I guess, because it's still dry. I can't tell if it's got a letter in it or not. If it has a letter in it, that means it's an off. Yeah, I think it does. I think it's got an I. Maybe. The thing is, if it has a letter in it, that means it's an officer's button. And if it's an I, which I'm pretty sure that is, that means it's an infantry officer's button. Not a bad little find. Haven't found one of these in a while. I'm happy. Well, here's an interesting little find. This is a quartz crystal right here. You can see all the flat edges on it. That's actually a natural formation. It's a crystal. Unfortunately, it's kind of broken up, but we need to keep our eyes open. Maybe we can find a nice pretty one in here. And no, I didn't hear that with a metal detector. I think we have a non-ferrous target here. You know, could be Civil War, could be more modern. Let's go ahead and just kick the dirt back first. See if it's still buried. All right, hopefully you can hear that. Sounds a little bit different than the iron. Doesn't sound real big, so I probably got it with that. No, we didn't. Yeah, it might be buried a little bit still. Let me go ahead and set you up. All right, hopefully you can see that okay. I think it's gonna be right down in the center. That ground's hard, isn't it? Whew. It's not easy for me to take the machine up and go over it because, you know, being the pulse machine, it hears all my stuff from a long ways away. It should have been right down in here, but we got it out now, so let's go ahead and see what it is. Do you see it? That's the ground again. I thought I ground balanced it. Okay, it's a little piece of melted lead. This would be from a Civil War campfire. You know, the soldiers would have been out here making a fire either to keep warm or to cook food or whatnot, and they used a bullet or cartridge to start the fire. This is kind of neat. This is a piece of bottle. It's whiskey glass from this. I'm almost certain this is from the American Civil War, from when they had camps out here. This could be a trash pit out here. We'll have to listen close for that. And it could be, you know, bottles like this buried down 2 feet. We won't hear the bottles, of course, but we might hear some of the trash that's been dumped in the hole with it. That would be sweet. Now, with a pulse induction, you can actually hear trash pits a lot better than a VLF detector. I like that. I guess I should let you listen to the iron so you know what I'm skipping. That's the iron signal. It's a low and then goes high. So that's going to be a piece of iron. Now, you don't see anything on the meter, but it does have a little what they call iron check. We can push it, and if we hear a grunt, that means it's iron for sure. Can you hear that? So we know that's iron for sure, so we're not going to bother with it. But you can already tell because it's a low signal, then it goes high. Whereas brass and lead and stuff like that will be a high signal that goes low. Let's take a look at this together. I'm finding a lot of wire right here. It has a tendency to sometimes sound good, but there's something in this clod. You can hear it's got like a woo 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 sound. So in my experience, that could be a piece of brass, but it could also be a piece of like fence wire, thin fence wire. Out in there. Hold on. Nope. That's probably it right there. Yeah, so okay, a little fence wire. You could hear how it kind of warbled. Not like a warble, but it went like that going over it. Thin wire has a tendency to do that. So I probably won't dig too many more of these signals. Or if I do, I'll just dig them on my own. So you don't have to watch me dig a bunch of wire. So here's a very fragile piece of brass or maybe a copper alloy of some sort. I'm not sure what it is though. I don't think it's going to survive long. Almost looks like it could be the... Nah, it's not. I was thinking it might be part of a shotgun shell, but I don't think so. I'm not sure what it is, but it's really, really lightweight. Probably from the American Civil War, but not 100%. All right, I think this is going to be a good signal here. It's kind of a high low. Let's put the let's try the button for the iron check, which is a discriminator. You see, there's nothing, no signal at all. So this is probably going to be a non-ferrous target, like a button. It's not a bullet because it's too small. Let's just see if we got it there. Yeah, it's tiny, isn't it? But it's in this thing here. So let me set you up. Should be in this clump right here. Yeah, hear it? A lot of times you can kind of see it when you break it open. Well, it's in there, but man, it's small. Small, S-M-O-L. Whoop, it's in here, hopefully. Hopefully I didn't drop it. I might have dropped it. No, it's in here. There it is. I can see some green. That looks like a little tiny fired modern bullet. It's tiny, but yeah, that's definitely a modern bullet. See, high, low, high, low. All right. Just wanted to get you out for this. I mean, it's not a Civil War item, but it was a nice solid hit, and it's actually just a modern shotgun shell. But what we're hearing is that little brass piece on the bottom. Now this signal sounds non-ferrous, so I'm hoping it's going to be something good and not just a piece of foil, which I've found a few now. All right, let's see if we got it. Got it out of the hole. I thought I saw some foil. All right. It should be in here. Let's set you down. No, it's in here. It's hard to do with one hand, isn't it? Whee! Nope. Maybe in here. Maybe in here or this one. Ah, there it is right there. There's a little piece of lead of some sort. Oh yeah, we got ourselves a genuine American Civil War bullet. That's a pistol bullet right there. Nice. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and set it down and take a quick picture, and then we'll take it out of the dirt. Okay, let's go ahead and take a peek at it. That's a dropped bullet right there. Very, very nice. Okay, definitely 100% Civil War. Well, at least we got a bullet today. That's pretty decent. Let's have a thin piece of wire here. I can't really say if that's going to be Civil War era. I mean, it is possible because, of course, they had telegraph wire and stuff like that. I think it was pretty small. No, not very big diameter, but I'm not going to call that a relic right there. But it sounded good. Let's just take a peek at this. That is the top to a whiskey bottle. And that's what we're seeing out here. There's lots of little pieces of this all broken up. It'd be really nice to find some that are buried below the plow line, but I don't have high hopes today. Man, that's a beauty right there, isn't it? I'm going to keep it just because I like it. A really small target right here, and I'm hoping it's going to be a button, but I don't know. You can see it's kind of green. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's another button. This is another kepi or cuff button. Usually about the same size. I think it's an eagle, but not 100%. Let's just wipe that down a little bit more. Probably is. Yep, okay, so that's an eagle button. 2 buttons, that's pretty good. All right, so we're going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to switch metal detectors, and I'm going to use the Garrett AT Max. I found that this is right where we came in the field, right in this area. That's where all the glass was, the green bottle glass. But there's so much iron in here, it's really difficult for me to use a pulse machine. There's some more glass right there. So I'm going to go along through here, and then right up along the edge of this fencer right here and see what we can find. I don't think this has really ever been cut back quite that far. It seems to me it was always in line with that telephone pole, so maybe we'll find something right up along here. And again, just a lot of fence wire and stuff, so that pulse machine is just constantly going off. And you know, if I went really slow, it would probably be okay. I'd rather just use this, just much faster. Some nice signal in here. Oh, I did. Yeah, so it's not too big. It's not going to be a bullet or a big button. It could be whoa, hope I didn't throw it too far. Could be a piece of wire. I've been finding a lot of like aluminum wire too. Oh, look at there. It's a coin. But it looks like it's chewed up on the edges, so it's probably going to be a modern Lincoln. Stinking Lincoln, as Nugs would say. Yep. See how it's all chewed up on the edge? It's kind of dissolving. So that's just a modern coin. Modern penny, or well, cent, I guess you could say if you wanted to be proper. But we Americans usually just call them pennies. Well, that's a nice surprise. Look at that. I think that's a big old flat button right there. Yeah, you can see the shank on the back. Hopefully it's a George Washington inaugural. Is it? Probably not, considering I've never found one. Got some design on it. Let's go ahead and give it just a little bit of a wookie wookie. Alright, I think that's just going to be a plain flat button. Pretty sure, but that's a good little find right there. That definitely predates the Civil War. Possibly, possibly by 80 years or more. Not convinced it's... I thought that was a coin. Looked like a Liberty head on it. I don't know, it could be a design on it. I'll clean it up a little bit and get you a decent picture of it. So I went ahead and cleaned it up a little bit, and there's no design on it, just a big old flat button. Still, pretty good find right there. So about 3 feet away from where I dug that flat button, got another nice signal. And I thought it was might be another flat button, but I think that's gonna be a coin right there. Tell you what, I'm gonna let it dry up a little bit. That's probably a colonial copper. Let's let it dry up a little bit and then we'll clean it up. I don't like to clean them when they're wet like that, because if it's really faint, it'll wipe the design off of it. Yeah, I can see some writing, so we'll be able to figure out what it is for sure. Let's just give it about 10 minutes. Well, fast as it's drying out, I don't think it's going to take 10 minutes, but I'll throw it in the bag for just a couple minutes. Just to give you an idea what it sounds like along here, and all the iron and whatnot using the pulse machine. I suspect this is mostly wire, but so I have to go really slow with the pulse machine in here. We'll just keep going up along the edge. Come on, squeaker. Found a lot of beer cans along here too, though. Haven't been showing you those, but all right, I'm gonna put you away. So again, a lot of iron signals in here, but there's nothing like really old, but I'm gonna show you a few things. This is actually the second one of these that I've found. It's a shock absorber off of a car or something. Look how dinged it is right there. Look like somebody already dug it up, or maybe a plow hit it. Over here I saw something. Oh yeah, here's a, I don't know what that is. I thought well, I don't know. It's iron. I put that right there, and over here I had something else. Do you see it? Okay. Yeah, another piece of wire. So that's pretty much all I'm digging is junk like this. Not too far away is where I got those coin looking thing. I'm pretty sure it's a large, not a large cent, but colonial copper, and a button right up in there. But this is definitely not something I want to keep looking for. All right, I'll get rid of this stuff. I guess I'm gonna head on out of here for now. I've got a couple things, not a whole lot, but it was, well, I mean, for me, it was a pretty good hunt. And I used both machines today, mostly this one though. And the Axiom, when I was at another camp, probably the first time I used this year, and there was some confusion about this, I said that was a new machine. And what I meant to say was that was a new metal detector in that field. I had never used in that field before, and that's why I was kind of testing it. Same way with this one here. I've never used it. I'm already being confusing. I haven't used the Axiom in this field. It's a little bit different because we actually got more buttons than bullets. The two eagle button, the one is an eye at least. I'll clean that one off a little bit more in just a minute. We'll check it. And this coin, I believe, is going to be a colonial copper. Let's clean that off before we go. You've seen the large cent, got the little Civil War bullet there. Part of a quartz crystal. Again, this is a crystal, it's a rock. A harmonica reed. This little doodad, I'm not so sure about this. I thought it was a finger ring. All right, let's go ahead and clean this thing up. I think it's dry enough. I'm just going to scrape it with my fingernail. That shouldn't damage it in any way. Now, if this was silver, I wouldn't do this, because silver would definitely scratch. But this copper alloy will be fine. Hopefully we'll be able to see what it is. Oh, that's a... Oh, I think I rubbed it too much. I think it was... Oh, there's a head on that side. Alright, so... This is a British copper of some sort. I do believe. I'll get you a picture of it. I'll try to put just a little bit of moisture on there so we can read it a little bit better. I guess that's, yeah, that's Britannia on the back. I hope you enjoyed the little detection today. I sure did. It was good to get out and about for a little bit, and I'm going to call it a day. We'll see you on the next one, I hope.
Take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between. Mother Earth